Good evening. Today is Friday, June 24th, 2016, and I have a feeling this year is going to be another active season. I am expecting 16 to 20 named storms this year. And the reason being is the very warm waters in the Atlantic this year. We're having a developing La Nina. It hasn't started yet, but it's beginning to develop. You can already see the cooler water developing here. This is just the beginning of the La Nina. The La Nina is really going to take effect over the fall and the winter. That's when the La Nina is going to, really get cranking. And a lot of this warm water is going to disappear. You're going to have a lot of cooler waters here. And you're probably still going to have a transitional period from the warm MJO, from the warm PNA, PDO, to a cooler phase, as this will become more cooler, I think, this winter, over the last few years. However, this year we're going to have a positive NAO. We're going to have a lot of, negative NAOs because of the warm waters developing off of Greenland. This is going to create a lot of blocking, and we'll probably have a lot of coastal storms this year. I have a feeling this year will not be a very pleasant year for winter. We're going to have La Nina, which usually brings troughs on the east coast and ridging on the west. However, with a blocking pattern developing, I have more of a trough over the United States. So this year could be just in general very snowy and cold. Only if that holds. If this becomes cool again, you can forget it. This year is going to be very warm over the United States. But named storms, we're going to have 16 to 20 named storms. 2010, 2011, and 2012 are very good examples of what I'm thinking about. Very good examples. And here's why. At this time, 2010, should I say, warm waters in the Atlantic and a La Nina. However, this is not really going to play a part. We're not going to have a La Nina this strong. So a 2012 type year is what I'm thinking is going to be like. A quiet, not a quiet start, but it's going to be active in the beginning. I think we're entering the beginning active phase. We're going to see a few weeks of quiet, and then things are going to get cranking again in late July, early August. That's what I'm thinking. Because that year, 2012, look what was going on. You had a transitional from a El Nino to a La Nina, but you were having more of a El Nino than a La Nina, but still, the Atlantic was overall pretty warm, except for the cooler patches here. But that season really got cranking in August, and that's where water temperatures were not that cool, but see, they were kind of warm, especially here. The main development region is between 5 degrees. The main development region is right in this area here. Right about the Cape Verdes is where the main development region is. Right between here and here. This is where the main development region is. That's where you have most of the tropical development. The Cape Verde storms. This year, I'm going to show you one more time. Very warm waters, especially right over here. This is where you usually get the storms cranking. I mean, look, this is not really going to affect us. I mean, if the jet stream stays far to the north, you're not going to have a lot of wind shear, and I think you're going to have a lot of thunderstorm development. I am currently going to show you the satellites, the computer models for the next few weeks on the weather.com.edu website, and I'm going to show you the global pattern, what I'm thinking about. So I'm going to show you. So I'm going to fast forward it for the next few days. So that's the intertropical convergence zone. Usually this is where you want to see storms moving off. This is kind of way far south. But you see that right here, right? Looks like something's trying to break off here. That is a tropical wave right here, trying to probably form. And they're hinting that about a week or so from now. GFS is trying to hint at something about that time. Let me see what they're hinting about. See, there's not much spin in that. But you see these little clusters of storms here? That is what usually becomes the tropical waves that roll off. See these little storms here? So this year will be more of so far it is going to be more of a Gulf and Caribbean thing. Because right now there is actually a tropical wave a disturbance in the Gulf of Mexico. However, it has a very small chance of developing, and it's completely just broken. It's like it's not going to become anything. I mean, we just had Danielle, and if we get a tropical system to form before July 12th, we're going to have our earliest fifth named storm on record. But at first, that seemed pretty likely with what the model's showing, and now it's not likely anymore. So this is that little wave I was telling you about. I mean, it's going to make landfall very quickly, and it's so disorganized. I mean, look at it. It's just, it's nothing. It's really just nothing. That's not even the tropical wave. This is the wave. It looks like nothing more than scattered showers. I mean, it looked a little impressive earlier today, but it just completely broke up. So I think until the middle of August, we should be fine. I think it's the middle of August through the beginning of October where it's really just going to go bonkers. I am still predicting 16 to 20 named storms. That is, if by August, these warm waters don't become cold. So I'm predicting 16 to 20. It could go either way. It could go below 16 or it could go above 20. But I am predicting 16 to 20 named storms. I'm sticking with that prediction, and I'm not going to change it. Everyone else is predicting less, but they need to factor in that a La Nina is developing and you have very warm waters. But I think the factor in lowering that prediction will be that lately the Saharan air layer has been fairly active, and I can understand why they're thinking that. They're having a lot of thunderstorms over the Sahara Desert lately, especially in the mountains of Algeria and Libya. And some of these storms sometimes do go pretty far south, and they go into the main desert where they kick up a lot of dust. I mean, you can see these storms here, right? See this little packets of precipitation here? These storms kick up Saharan dust. You can see there's some precipitation. You see in the middle of the Sahara Desert, there is a little bit of precipitation and some convective. So, let me show you what I'm talking about. See these storms right here? These little bits of precipitation. These storms are probably going to be Virga showers. However, they will kick up large quantities of dust, which could become a self-propelling dust storm, which could make it to the Atlantic, and that's how you get the dust storms. Most of the dust storms in Sahara actually form from thunderstorms. They don't just start up randomly, but they start up from these storms, and they become pretty powerful dust storms as they roll across the Sahara. This year it's actually less active than it's been lately. So maybe the Saharan air layer won't be so noticeable. I think looking at precipitable water is a very good tool at distinguishing the Saharan air layer. So here's where the Saharan air layer is really active, right about here. Oh, you have a little bit of intrusion here. Then the intrusion goes away. You have a packet of moisture that kind of envelops here. And then another intrusion. But this is surface. I need to look more aloft. However, can't find a lot of models that do that. But oh well, I'm gonna see how things are gonna go next few weeks, and I'm still predicting 6 to 20 named storms. Thank you for watching.